Hi, I am Erin from Catch Power. In this video, we'll guide you step by step through the process of commissioning your catch control device. We've organised the video into sections, so if you're already familiar with the installation process, you can easily skip ahead to the parts that you may not be quite sure of. Now let's get started and make your setup as smooth as possible. Before heading to site, please ensure you've downloaded the latest version of the Catch Power Configurator app and that your phone's firmware is up to date. Also make sure you have our monitoring app, the Monocle, as well. This will allow you to check live site reporting and ensure everything is working correctly before you leave site. Now that you've downloaded the Configurator app, I'll walk you through the stages to create an installer account. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see 3 lines. This is how you access our menu. Towards the bottom, you'll see the option of Your Account. Below the login details, you'll see the option to create an installer account. Step 1 of this is to enter your details. We recommend using a company-wide account if you have multiple contractors or installers. This ensures all your installations will be in the one place and can be managed via the My Fleet Manager, which uses the same login details. Once you have submitted your business details, you will receive a 6-digit activation code via email. Copy this code from your email and jump back into the Configurator app. You'll be prompted to set a password. If you close the page, don't worry, just jump back in again and go to Set Password. Enter your details and hit Save. Navigate to the main menu of the Catch Configurator app. Here there is an option of Firmware Updater. Make sure you are connected to the catch control you want to update the firmware on and not your neighbours. Firmware updates should only be completed by the installer, as some settings can be lost. Please note that there are 2 parts to the firmware update, and all up it can take around 5 minutes. It's really important to ensure your phone stays awake throughout this process to ensure a stable connection. Once the update is complete, connect to the device and go to Live Data section. Scroll to where we see device state. From here we can see the device settings serial number, but we can also see the firmware version to double check. You may be prompted to reconnect to the device if the Bluetooth connection is lost. If you're already connected, simply go to the main menu and select Device Settings. The first system override we'll configure is Export Control. This allows you to set the times during which the device will operate based on your client's needs. We usually recommend setting this from 7 AM till 2 PM, but you can tailor it as required. The second system override should be a top-up mode. This ensures the device runs for a minimum period each day. For example, if we set this to a 3-hour period, we are telling the device that every day this home requires a minimum of 3 hours to heat their hot water. And if, for whatever reason, it hasn't run for the 3 hours during the first export override, the remainder of that time will run during this period. This ensures that no matter what, the homeowner gets their 3 hours of hot water. Next, we scroll down to the export control settings. Here, we define when the device should turn on. Set the minimum on time to about 5 to 10 minutes. This ensures the solar is stable. Set the export limit to 3.6 kilowatts and ensure this level is maintained for a solid 10 minutes before the device turns on to avoid any fluctuations. Once you have adjusted this, press Save to finalise. When using the catch control as the energy meter, each inverter has specific installation guides. Inverter control menus can be found on our website under the Tech Docs page. The final step is to configure the Modbus settings within the Configurator app. This step is crucial as it enables communication between the catch control device and your inverter. Simply scroll down in the device settings to where we see Modbus and select the inverter that you're working with. Some brands like GoodWe, for example, have multiple models, so please ensure you've selected the correct inverter model. Once we've selected our chosen inverter, we want to check the installation. So we're going to head back to the Live Data page and check our RS485 settings. For signal found, a value of 1 indicates that the signal has been detected. Under Locked On, we want to see a 1 here as well, confirming that the signal is locked on. The other option will be a 0, which indicates an issue. Please check the Modbus settings are correct. If so, you may need to refer back to your inverter brand installation guide and just double check things. We want to see that the message count is steadily increasing, which confirms that we are communicating correctly with the inverter. Go to device settings and down to Wi-Fi settings. Search the access point with the little magnifying glass and find your Wi-Fi network. Here it's as simple as entering your Wi-Fi password and your control will be connected to your local network. This allows for monitoring via the monocle and our team to assist with any troubleshooting if the need arises. In the main menu on the Configurator app, navigate to Sites. In the bottom right hand corner, there's an orange circle. Click on this and you will see the option to create a new site. Simply add the homeowner's details, but please ensure you enter the email address correctly. This is the email that will be linked to the Monocle account and where the activations codes will go. Once the site is created, select it from the list in the Configurator app. Click on the little orange circle again and hit Add Device to attach this device to the site. You will then be prompted to label the channel data. Under the normal operations, channel 1 data is always mains and channel 2 data is solar. Don't name the channels. This will cause duplicates in the monocle. These options are for when we have multiple devices on site and we may be monitoring additional systems or individual circuits or phases. Please select if the control device is working for the inverter control and or load control here as well. Before leaving site, it's important to complete a final check of the device. There are two ways that we can do this. The easiest way is to jump into the Monocle app and see that the data is coming across accurately. The great thing about the Monocle is that this is all live data, so it means diagnosing can be done quickly and easily. We don't have to wait 5 minutes for the data to roll through. If we look at this site, we can see that the energy is flowing to the sun. This indicates that the CT is facing in the wrong direction. Checking this before you leave site is a good habit to get into. If you're using catch control for load control, you can test out the connection here as well. Simply go to the little on button next to the house and turn the load on. This is a test site, so we're not actually turning anything on, but you should hear the contactor and you should be able to see the household loads increase as that load is fired up. Just remember to set it back to default settings so that it'll operate as intended. Now, there's a second way that we can test all of this. If you're at a site that's got poor Wi-Fi, you can still run a final check. We just do it in the Configurator app. So head back to the live data page and we'll go through the channel data. You can compare these readings to your tong tester if in doubt. Channel 1 data, amps. If the reading differs by 0.5 amps or more, recheck the CT placement or tong tester location. Under power, we want to see a positive number, indicating power consumption or input. If this is negative, the CT arrow is likely pointing in the wrong direction and we just need to rotate that CT. The power factor should be close to 1. If below 0.7, recheck the setup. With our channel 2 data, we want to see that the amps are still differs by 0.5 amps or more and recheck the CT placement if it's different. Under power, we want to ensure this one is a negative number, indicating power production or export. If it's positive, flip that CT around again. Power factor should be close to 1, but it's normal for it to be negative when the power is negative. If it's below 0.7, you might be on a multi-phase site and the CT might be clamped on the wrong phase. Just adjust that accordingly. And if in doubt at any point through the installation process, please remember you can call our tech support line on 0257 005717 for additional guidance and support. Thank you.